on the internet, and one of them is actually the highest rated. You know, it's interesting. I found this very interesting.
Show.
This shows you how good SmackDown is. You know, even though the AEW critics will still try to bury stuff on SmackDown, it's clearly the best wrestling show. And you could tell because the weekend, Memorial Day weekend, they barely lost to any viewers, while all the other shows got massacred. Because people are invested in this storyline, they do not want.
Not only that, bro. We brought up a lot of things that they have changed. They knocked out a lot of the unnecessary corniness. That's like down to a minimum. I mean, they still got the Corbin Nakamura, which is brutal. But because
we'll talk about it. I'm actually entertained by that. With every
I'm entertained by it, but it's stupid that it's over a crown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so the other thing is, how can you not be entertained by Boogs going?
It's very entertaining. It's like he's a really good guy to put with Nakamura because he's so over the top.
The premise of the match, you know, it's almost like when what's this girl came out, and we'll talk about it. But when Bianca came out and she's mad because Bayley's laughing at her. That's what she's mad about. That's why she wants to fight her in Hell in a Cell because she's laughing at her. Okay.
Right.
So
let's go with the Yeah.
Let's go. But let me just say this, and they've knocked out a lot of the corniness, and it has a better flow. And without a doubt, bro, there is nothing better than Roman Reigns. That for the last how many months?
This is the theme of the show. Okay, and I don't know how this show could come across so well written compared to Raw. Because it's still the same, you know, it's fascinating to watch. Because what they do is on this show is they have a small crew, but they're making each match like they're fighting for something, and they're building up and they're building anticipation. They're going to commercial break, so you won't change channel. They just do a very good, as opposed to the old formula. Let me just finish.
Okay,
as opposed to the old formula, where the guys just walk out and cut a promo, the other guys show up. They cut a promo, and the next thing you know, we're leading to a match.
Right.
This show's been a little bit more structured because, like, each week they're building up something for next week, and when the match comes this week, they even build up the anticipation even more.
Right.
Which is what's been which is why the show is getting the higher ratings than any of these other ones.
And the lazy thing you talk about, you still see it on Raw. You know, where two guys come out, make a challenge, and two guys come out, and then the general manager comes out and makes out a match, and it's always boring. But the other thing that I wanted to tell you that why I also think SmackDown is popping, Paul Lee's there, and I don't know how much influence he has, but I know for a fact that Hunter's there too, because he was going over Mysterio stuff with him.
All right, so let's start off. We got a late arrival here. What is the reason for your truancy?
I set up my headphones.
Interesting.
It's acceptable.
Konnan doesn't like it when people are late, even though he's late all the time.
Apologies.
I don't mind being late, but you can't be late.
All right, so they do a recap of the Roman stuff and everything. Roman comes out. He had a week to think about it. He's changed his mind. He said everything revolves around him, and he's a giver. Roman said he wanted to be clear. He told Jimmy that if he's going to win, he better win. Reigns said he didn't want to waste more time because he had a lot on his plate, and Reigns called for his cousins, which led to Heyman barking at production people. That's actually funny when Heyman does that. It's like yelling at everybody, make sure Roman...
Now!
Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso made their entrance, and Jey acknowledged Reigns as the tribal chief, and Reigns told Jimmy it's his turn, but Jimmy said he already did that when Reigns choked out him and his cousin at Hell in a Cell. He said they would get the tag team titles, and they would agree with his brother. Well, good luck, Reigns said. You called the shot, I get that, I do that, but then I get this job done. So if you're going to win, make sure you win. And remember, you know this, our whole family is watching. Get the job done and bring me the titles when it's over. Jimmy said the 7-time champions were coming soon, and Reigns and Heyman left, and then Rey and Dominic made their entrance. So Rey and Dominic against Jimmy Uso and Jay. Well, here, anybody got any comments about the opening promo? It says they're setting a stage. They're being very simplistic with the storytelling, but Roman is so good right now. It's interesting. You know?
I like the pace of Roman when he talks. Like he's real slow
and it's quiet too.
Quiet, like you say you're gonna win, you better win. You know, that kind of stuff. Like it's good.
Very deliberate.
Right. And not only that, bro, everything he does right now is fire. His long, arrogant entrance, Paulie looking at him. Paulie's
he handed him the mic like it was a baby.
There was actually a little bit of part of me that wanted to see them lose to see what Roman would do.
Right. right, so let's go. Let me just keep talking while we're doing this. So they do the match. Good. Let me tell you something. Remember when Dave Meltzer, like months ago, said that AEW had like the best tag team division in wrestling history?
Right.
Did you remember that comment?
I don't remember that
Yep.
comment, but
Yeah. Okay. He said so. He said AEW is like the best tag team division in history. And he got a lot of pushback, obviously. But bro, when I watch the difference between the WWE guys when they work, okay, is these guys, because they emphasize theater and drama, these guys are better actors in the ring than like the indie guys are. Because what they do is here, like the difference in the work that you see between WWE and the AEW is that these guys do not, because of the camera shots are kind of, the way they shoot it is different, but you don't really see the wrestlers like positioning themselves for another guy's offensive maneuver, like a spot, like, and you're not hiding it. It's like, like some of these guys will bend over and like just stay there, and like they're not moving, like the AEW guys. But when they have spots in this, there's a great spot in this where they went to the break. You know where Ray does that thing where he dives, he slides, baseball
that
slides
was
in the
great.
Jimmy Uso caught him in the Samoan drop,
Samoan
and then one
drop
thing,
him to the
Samoan
table.
dropped him onto the table, and then
The one move.
that was they've been doing with maybe it's Ray that's coming, but Ray and Dominic and their matches with everybody.
Ray came up with that spot. Let me tell you another spot that was great, and one of the Usos came up with it, that timing on this had to be perfect, and it was. Did you see the one where Ray was in the corner? This was right before the hot tag.
Yes.
And one of the Usos speared himself, and then he kicked the other Uso at the same time.
Yeah.
Right,
Bro,
they
was great.
They make it look like it's not a planned spot.
Right,
Like they acted very well. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way they do. They execute their big spots very well because all these guys are vets. These guys are all veterans. The thing that I want to notice, every single time Ray and Dominic wrestle, there's a new creative looking spot that makes sense in there. I'm assuming it's Ray that's coming up with it, but they've had a lot of them lately. When they were working Rude and Dolph, you'd see that a lot and everything. There's a lot of
just
creativity.
all motivated, bro. They want to work together and put on a good show and put on a good match. The Usos are very motivated, and so is Ray and Dominic right now.
Plus, the super producer Shane Helms is there too, so I'm sure he's very creative and coming up with great spots.
How do you
like
know
this.
he's in their match?
I don't.
He's not producing this.
All right.
So they do the finish where Dom hooks Jimmy in a pin. Jimmy gets his shoulder up. The referee misses it, and they
That
immediately
was great
protest.
too. Yeah, now they got it. They got it out. Yeah.
So Roman is off backstage. He says, "Bring them to me now." And the next thing you know, like now they're going to get it from Roman. But they're
But I
going to
like how
complain about.
Paulie runs like it's.
Bring him
like
to me
he's
now.
scared of him. Yeah, he's scared of him. He's scared of him.
What did y'all think of this?
Paulie's so great in this. Yeah, I thought it was great, bro. It's great storytelling, and they had me hooked for 8 months, and that's not easy. It's been great.
Yeah.
They've done nothing that I have not liked. Whether it was Bryan Danielson, Cesaro,
Kevin Owens.
Mysterio, the cousin coming back, everything's been perfectly done.
Hey, just to circle back to what
Agreed.
Disco was saying, that the only thing that looked slightly choreographed was that finish, right? Because I guess they kind of missed that roll up just slightly.
Yeah.
But in AEW,
Crowds here.
yeah, right. Like, but in AEW, it's very obvious. The guy's just waiting for someone.
Right.
For
Well,
okay,
because
one,
you know what
two,
the thing is,
three.
Matthew? One
yeah.
of the main problems is that they have so many guys from the indies at the same time, because I have the
Yeah.
same problem in AAA, converging at the same time, all of them with bad habits.
Bad
and
habits,
it's hard
yep.
to fix them all at the same time. And then they
when
have,
they're working against each other.
right. And then who's leading who?
I agree.
And here's the other thing that they and so like Private Party, Marco Stunt, Luchasaurus, all those need to be on Dark getting reps.
Yeah,
They shouldn't be on
polished.
Dynamite. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Yeah, that's the difference, Matthew.
I was just gonna say I agree.
All
I
these
think
people-
Ray's look great,
Yeah.
absolutely great in these, and timing in that spot in the corner, like you said, was spot on. That was phenomenal, and that splash to the floor. That's such a great spot. It looks like it just destroys the guy on the floor, and when he does miss it, that has to hurt like hell.
Bro, and the Usos sell good. They
Oh,
work
yeah.
the crowd good. They punch good. Like, Everything was.
They could
very,
make that a feud that runs to like WrestleMania potentially, and big title change or something there like that. That's a great matchup for them. And it's going to help Dom a lot too.
Yeah,
Look how much better they are when with the happy Samoans with all the colorful outfits and everything.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's
Seriously, remember we
You
were
know what,
talking about that?
Lee?
Like that's I don't
would
know
look-
Samoans that act like that. All Samoans I know are badass.
I was
You know?
watching. I was watching.
Yeah.
When I was looking, I swear to God, I was thinking that when I was looking at Roman Reigns talking to his cousin, I thought to myself, "Wow." Years ago, they were all savages. They all hit people with the headbutt. They had hard heads.
They were eating raw chickens or whatever.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
eating. They were like cannibals.
They weren't speaking English.
Yeah, they were kind of known as stupid.
Yeah.
And I like, wow, how that it was what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And now they're the coolest on the show, speaking perfect English. No savagery, just cool.
So
Have you guys noticed the Jumpman logo on Roman Reigns' like tracksuit? How it's
Yes.
him doing the Superman, kind of looks like the Jordan logo.
Yeah,
Do you think that's going to be like a
Is that apparel that
new
you can
thing
buy?
for him, a trademark, or
I don't know. It might be.
That would be. That's a good idea.
I thought that looked cool.
yeah? I thought I
I was
definitely
like, wow,
thought
that
it
looks
was
like
a
Jordan.
good logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out for MJ's lawyers.